pause this. All right. Welcome. This is our last call.
Oh.
Didn't it go really fast? I thought it went
Kinda
really,
scary.
really fast. So, whoever keeps joining us, if you booked a show or recruited somebody in this last week, make sure that you let me know so we do this drawing and remind me. I've got my little slips here. Okay, so I am going to share our screen. Does anybody first have any wahoos for the week, something they want to share with all of us? Who has something to share? Somebody has. Karina, what's something great that happened this week?
My husband's 7-day work shift is over, so I get to actually see him tomorrow. Doesn't have anything to do with this, but maybe I can actually focus on my Pampered Chef instead of just my kids.
Okay, so it's focus time. Now you can take that 15-minute calendar and put it into full gear.
Yes.
Who else has something that they want to share? That a big wahoo this week. Roger shared about he got into a yearbook. That's awesome. That's really
Super
big.
awesome.
That's really great. And when you talked about putting that you had these in your pocket, I only wish I could fit 5 into my pocket. That is a pipe dream. So, all right. So, anybody else have something to share?
I have my vision statement and positive affirmations done. There we go.
For you. Good.
That's
All right.
a big step for me.
That's a big step for you?
That's a big step for me. So I'm proud of that right now. I know
All
I
right.
dropped them all. Okay.
So I'm glad you got that done too. So we made it. We are here. So week 6, and let's just kind of recap some of the things that we've done so far. We've done a lot. You've learned how to increase your product knowledge, to maximize your sales and bookings, and you learned that your belief decides what you believe you can and cannot do. And that's huge right there. And your brain can be retrained. You've learned how to talk to people when you're out and about, and how to book parties at shows, and words to say at both. And you've learned that your passion shines through and can completely influence purchases and bookings at parties. And you've learned that you have to host coach. You have to effectively keep your sales high, your bookings at every party, and a constant pool of leads. And as we said, that's where you make your money and you go to your show to pick it up. You learned that your skills will make a huge difference in every party. When you know your product, you sell your product. When you know what you say, you know how to respond to objections and turn maybes into yeses. And when you tweak your host coaching skills, you have much bigger parties with much better sales. And you learn that recruiting is just a conversation. Remember that? It's just a conversation. You learn that you can do an interview live with your recruiting cards, or over Zoom, or over the phone, or you can just sign up people at the show. And you learn that we're still building your skills. And you're going to be so excited about what I'm going to share for your homework this week. It's going to be awesome. And you learn that the fortune is in the follow-up. And to build good customer relationships, you simply must do the 2-2-2. Raise your hand if you did the 2-2-2 this week. Awesome. Was it that hard?
No.
No. It kind of feels good, doesn't it? Don't you feel good when you get off those calls? So 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months. And you know the words to say to each customer, whether on the phone or in person. And you found out that people love to hear from you. So consider not asking for a booking till the 2-month call and see what happens. And just give that good customer service. So any questions about any of the 2-2-2 that we did last week? Any questions at all, or any pitfalls that you ran into? Anything with that? Nope, you guys are easy. You're good. So today we're going to discuss calendar management and personal discipline. But you know what? This is going to make a huge difference. And let me tell you, when you have that, everything is easy. If you know how to schedule your time, everything is easy. So we learned how to be an awesome consultant, but you have to put it into action. So if you don't, you just wasted 6 weeks of your life. How would you feel if you spent all this time and you didn't do anything that we talked about? It's kind of like going to conference and then not doing anything that you learn. So some people just talk through life. They talk, and life is over. Some people walk through life. They walk, and they arrive at their destination. And I'm hoping all of you have a destination in mind as you move forward, because we are in some really exciting times, some scary times, but exciting times ahead of us. So know what your destination is. So let's do a little introspective look into ourselves. So, all right, I want you to be honest, because honesty is good. Do my hosts ever have to call and ask me for something? If they're calling you for something, you're not doing your job well. Do you ever think about that? You know, sometimes when my host calls me, I'm like, I just cringe because I want to be on top of it. I want to be the person calling them. Am I punctual to my host's home, team meetings, and trainings? This sends the message, my life is more important than your invested time. So get to your shows at least 30 to 45 minutes in advance. Anything less than that is not really professional. And then leave quickly at the end of the party as well. Okay, number 3, am I kind, courteous, quick to resolve issues, truthful, and knowledgeable? Yes or no? This makes people want to work with you again. You know, if there's a product that I am not like 100% on board with, I'm honest. I'm really honest, because think of how many hundreds and hundreds of other products there are. And so always be knowledgeable and truthful about everything. All right, do my guests, hosts ever say to me, this was the funnest show I've ever been to. You're awesome at what you do. Raise your hand if you've heard that before. Okay, that makes bookings easy. So have fun. Have a blast during your shows. Do I spend too much time on non-income producing activities? If you are, stop it. And schedule your time to do those things when you can't be making calls. So like after 9 p.m. or 7 a.m. Be doing things during then. So be thinking about when you are working, what, you know, you might color code and have pink for personal, blue for business, meetings, orange for office work, and green for show dates. I always do green because it's where I pick up my check. So, but make sure that you're scheduling some of those things like stamping your catalogs and all those non-income producing activities during times that you couldn't be making calls. Do I procrastinate doing homework, making calls, Rachel? Do I procrastinate doing homework, making calls, returning calls, and emails? Again, you're sending that message, my time is more important than you. So be just so prompt about some of those things and returning. You know, people have choices nowadays. So if I get an email from a customer, I am like, the world stops right then and there, and I send them a message because they can easily go back online and find somebody else. Because to them, minutes are hours. Are my host recruiting packets clear and concise and clearly labeled and professional looking? Yes, make sure you have your name on there, and you want to make sure that you have all your information on there. Make sure they look professional. And we, you know, the best thing to do is make a whole bunch at one time. If you make a pile of 8, I don't know, somebody has something going on in the background. If you're going to do 8 shows in the month, make sure you have 8 packets sitting there on your table. So that is your clue. I need to make some more phone calls. But get them all done at one time, or even at the beginning of the season, make a whole slew of them, and then you can add whatever you want, or email the specials to people. You don't have to go ahead and be spending all that time and money on that. But have everything look crisp and clean. Are my shows start to finish no longer than an hour and 15 minutes? Don't think that 2 hours is better. You know, really value people's time. And once they hit a certain amount of time listening to you, they shut down. Kind of like you with me. You know, once a certain moment has been hit, you've shut down. Our customers do that. So just be in and out, be informative, have fun, get it done. And start on time. You have to make sure that you are taking care of the people that got there on time. So if you don't start until 15 minutes after your scheduled time, you really are devaluing the people that got there on time. And I've had people have to leave early, and they were sitting there ready to get that show started. So let your host know that you are going to start on time, or I will give them 5 or 10 minutes, and then that is it. So, but let them know that we will be starting. And what I have done is when somebody walks in late, you know, they're kind of expecting that everybody introduces them to everyone. And I just say, you know, everybody around here went and shared their weight and their bra size. So you can go ahead. And then that kind of breaks the ice, and then we can continue on, and we don't have to spend another 10 minutes introducing again. Okay. And do I fumble around during my shows, or do I keep them fast-paced, informative, fun, and full of tips? If you're not sure about your recipes, hand the recipe off to somebody and have them read it, and that will keep things going. Or just get to know your recipe well. You can, I've been doing the same recipes for so many years because I love them, I know them, and really when I go to my shows, you know, it's not all about the sale. It is about the bookings, and it's about having fun, and it's about recruit leads. Am I walking the talk checklist? We're going to continue. Whoop. We're going to continue. I don't know how to go backwards. Just 1 second.
Shift tab usually works.
There we go. Okay. Do I really make 3 calls contacts a day? Anybody? Does anybody really do it? If you're not, that is what really will change your business. Consistency changes your business. Talking to people 3 contacts a day, 3 contacts wherever you're out and about, green dotting, picking up the phone. Consistency is what's going to change your business. Is 50% of my business new business? This is huge, guys. If you're constantly calling the same people over and over and over, how would you feel? Does anybody want to be called over and over and over and over? No. You've got to stop. You've got to get out of your circle. So stop and look for new people. You know, be creative. Mary Lou and I were just talking. I put an ad on the buy and sell for a cooking class for kids, for cake decorating. Do something that helps you get out of that circle. Do a booth. Talk to new people. Be out and about talking to people. And then servicing people with the 222 is going to help get some new fueling into your business. But you've got to get out of your business or your circle as soon as possible. Your personal appearance. This is such a huge one. Don't wear too tight or revealing clothes, but just look nice. Look professional. You can look casual, professional. Make sure your hair's pulled back during your show. Don't wear too much or too bright of makeup. I really like to kind of, if I know who my group is, I kind of know if I'm going to dress up or dress down just a little bit. You know, you want to be part of the group. And make sure your nails and your teeth and your breath, all that stuff, do you know it makes a huge difference? And so do your tools. If they're dirty or they have hair on them, dog hair, you need to take care of it. And if they need replacing, host a show, get some free products, and get some different products in there. So can you be counted on? If you say something or promise something, do you always follow up? So sometimes self-evaluation is hard, but it's necessary for you to be a business owner. And that's exactly what all of us are. So some of those things are just priorities to have in place. So our last pillar is will. Sometimes this is the hardest one. You believe, you have passion, you have that skill, but do you have that will to pick up the phone? Do you have that will to follow through? So it's up to you to make things happen. It's not going to happen by chance. So I can't make you work, and I can't make you call your hosts, and I can't make you follow up punctually with potential recruits, and I can't book your parties, even though sometimes new recruits ask me to. I can't make you play with your tools. I can't make you earn a trip. I can't make you be punctual and prompt. I can't make you want to share this business with absolutely everyone you come in contact with. I can't make you smile at everyone. But if you want to, you will. So make that commitment that you can do all of these things. So it's all up to you and your will. So your comfort zone. We announced today to everyone that our team is going for an executive level. And all of the directors have shared their goals, and all of you have been sharing your goals with us, and we know it's the right time. But it's scary. It's out of our comfort zone. But it's that big circle outside of the comfort zone where the magic happens in your business. And if you're not feeling uncomfortable, you're not pressing yourself hard enough. It's sometimes is a hard place to go. Church asked me to do a video, and they're going to show it next Sunday. It's only 2 minutes and 15 seconds, and I took 65 takes. Luckily, I was in my own home, but 65 takes. I was totally out of my comfort zone for exactly, I wanted it perfect. And I didn't stop until I had it exactly as I wanted. But it was out of my comfort zone. You can do it. Get your fist up there. You can do it. You can do it. You just have to believe in yourself and take these steps. You've learned so much during this series to make it happen. But it's not magic. I don't have a wand that helps everything happen. You have to take whatever we taught you and put it into action. So I want you to stop and think, what do I need to stop doing? So let's stop right there. Think about, what have you been doing in the past that you need to stop? So why don't you guys share? Is there anything that you need to stop doing that's not really helping you achieve your goal? Everything that you do should be to achieve your goal.
Stop procrastinating.
Procrastinating. That's a good one. What else? Gosh, you guys are all perfect. Okay, so what do you need to start doing? So after listening to all these calls, what are things that you need to start doing that are going to make a change in your business?
Build confidence in myself.
Okay, build confidence. I want each of you to share something. So Karina, I can see the top of your head. What's something that you, from all these calls, training, something that you are going to start doing?
I just need to block my time out better. Because
Okay.
I tend to start something and then I get distracted and I don't finish it.
That's, time blocking. Try the 15-minute thing. Oh my gosh, it's made a huge difference. Donna, what are you going to start doing?
Sharing the business with all of my hosts. That's one place that I don't always do. So
Okay. So it's making that'll make a huge difference.
yeah,
And isn't it fun when they say, yeah, I am thinking about it. Amanda.
I'm going to start making more calls and not texting and messaging on Facebook.
Okay. And both are great, but when they hear that excitement in your voice, there's going to be a change. Belinda, what is something that you're going to start doing?
Sharing the business like Donna.
All right. Good. And I know you're doing that more and more. So it's just getting out of your own way.
Yep.
All right. So Mary Lou, are you still on here?
I'm still on.
Okay. So what are you going to start doing?
Well, I just started doing this, and I'm going to continue as instituting the 2-2-2 theory and really work on that and blocking my time, making a schedule and trying to stick to it.
Excellent. And I see Diane's phone number. Diane, can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yep, now I can.
Okay. I am going to make sure that I am inviting everyone that I can think of.
Okay. So we're going to get out of our circle, right? Yep. I always tell Diane I know all her customers' names. We're going to change that because we're moving forward. Awesome. All right. Did I get all the consultants on here? Was there anybody else? Okay, any of the directors, do you want to share anything that you learned that you're going to start incorporating?
I've already started doing better coaching calls with my team, and I'm going to continue it. And sorry, team, I know I've slacked the last couple of weeks of me being gone, but we're back. And the one thing I am going to start is reading to myself every day my positive affirmations and my vision statement. Every
Good for
day.
you.
Thank you.
I mean, did the host coaching that we heard, did that make an impact on anybody? We've heard Karen before when she came to visit us, but just hearing it as a conversation again was just phenomenal. Angie, was there anything that you learned during these last weeks?
The 15-minute schedule, because I have like ADD when I do stuff. I pick up one thing and then I don't finish it and do something else, but I don't spend a full 15 minutes. So that's definitely one. There's a lot of little aspects that I think that I can improve on,
And, if you have things that are working, don't change them. But if they're not working to accomplish your goal, don't be afraid to change. And I think that's the hardest thing because, what is it? The insanity is doing the same thing that you've always done and expecting different results. And sometimes things change over time. I know a lot of things have changed in our businesses, and don't be afraid to say, you know what, it's not working anymore. I'm not getting those results. I'm not getting those shows. I'm not getting those sales. I'm not getting those recruits. The recruits. So what am I going to do different from now on? And that's when you reach out to your director and ask for help if it's something that you didn't learn here. But don't be afraid to say, It's not working anymore. I need to do something different. Anybody else want to share? Michelle?
I'm going to do more host coaching. I've already been working on that host coaching, coaching my team. And I think I've been doing that pretty good lately. And then I'm not gonna schedule it better. That's actually what I'm trying to say. Schedule it and then follow up with those that missed the time and follow up with them and get them back on the call again.
Okay, cool, good. I think all of us doing these calls with all of you has been pretty phenomenal. Did I get everybody? Okay, so I think, does everybody want to go on mute for just a second? I keep hearing sounds like gusty wind. Whoosh. Penny, did you want to share anything?
I just need to set aside time and schedule my time to work my business. I don't do that. And so that's what I really need to be better about, like we were talking about tonight.
Okay, good, good, good. All right. So your homework. We have a call from Michael Reeves, a video for you to watch. And I'm going to be posting this. Michael Reeves.
He's amazing. He's
yes.
amazing.
He's in the top, well, I can't tell you where he is right now. I do know, but he's in the top of the people right now in the company. And he's been a top seller, but he lost his career sales 9 times and is now a top seller. So it's never too late to be great, as Sharon Zelen always says. So, and he has sold over $1 million in sales. So when I post this, I want you to listen, and I would love to have you write down all 20 tips and send them to your director. And I want you to star the 5 things that you are going to implement immediately. He has some really, really great tips on here. And I want you to sit down and self-evaluate yourself on all the points that we talked about tonight. And look at where you need improvement. So when you're talking with your director this week, I want you to share that with them. Where do you feel like you need improvement? And I want you to be open too for your director to share with you where they think that maybe it would be helpful. Because working together, we can make a great team. All right? I want to thank all of you for taking the time the last 6 weeks to be on this. We are going to start another group next week. And we're going to change things a little bit just so we can keep it fresh if you want to be part of that. But we also are starting a director-bound group. And that group is for those who have shows on their calendar, because we don't want you frustrated. And we want you to be in front of enough people to have those leads. And we are going to take you to directorship. I know many of you have shared during your calls that this is something that you want and something that you need for your life. And in order for everything to happen, we are really going to work towards June 1st. So maybe that is out of your comfort zone, but we're going to work together because our goals are huge. And we want to help you walk the stage at conference. And we all are going to work together to work as a national team for the Landy team. And then our team, we're working towards executive. And you will be recognized at conference. But we have to do it by June 1st, and then, or by June 1st, and then July 1st again. So we have big, big goals. So this week, I want you to evaluate if
Which means May and June. Clarify, that means we have to do it in May and in June,
yes.
Not in June and July.
Right.
That might not be clear to some people. So
thank you.
May and June.
Yep. So June.
Sorry to interrupt.
Nope. Thank you. So June 1st and July 1st would be the promotion dates. So June 1st, put that in your brain. Train your brain, June 1st. So let's be working really hard. That gives us 2 months to make this happen. 2 months from yesterday. All right. So let us know if you are going to be part of the next 6 weeks, and or even if you want to be part of both, for the next Director Bound. And it will be at 8 o'clock for 6 weeks. And then do we say that? No, 8:30? What did we say, Rachel?
Had to unmute. We said 8:30, so we're going to keep it consistent.
Okay, so 8:30 and then 9 to 9:45 for the Director Bound. So I'm going to do a quick, anybody else book shows that hadn't told me before? All right. Ah, Donna. All right. And anybody else recruit this last week? So last Sunday to this Sunday. Karina, was yours before that?
Well, I don't know. She technically signed up on a Friday, but I didn't get my video done to you until I think I did it Monday or Tuesday.
Okay. So,
but I wasn't in last week's drawing at all.
Okay. So I'll pull up Karina for that one. And I have gift cards. Well, Dave will be picking them up for me at Quick Trip. So, in case to have a connection to go do my errands, right? All right. See, that's using time wisely. So thank you again, everybody, for being part of this. And I hope it made a difference. I hope you're working your business and booking those shows and working towards your goals. And we hope to see you next week on our new adventures. So thank you. And if you want to stay on, well, you should. Those who had 4 more shows booked for this month can stay on for our 4 for more. So thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Can I stay on even though I don't have 4 booked yet?
Are you going to book shows?
I'm hoping. That's always the goal.
Okay, so let me stop